I mean, we can relate there. It's different. It's a different culture. Did you notice anything in the way of just because you provided care? I'm not practicing here as much as you were. Did you notice anything culturally different in the way people maybe behaved in Costa Rica and or in Spain towards their health than maybe Americans do? Anything there culturally?
Yeah, I mean, they're similar in models because they're both government-run, socialized medicine systems. So what that means, and that's different than ours, which is totally private, government-funded, but private for-profit systems, their systems are open and completely free to their people. So a lot of people that come to you have literally been everywhere else because it's accessible. And not that makes it better or worse, but they've seen everything that's going on. And so you get a chance to work on different things, and they've tried different ways. And they come to us paying 100% out of pocket. So the relationship was very different. They had tried everything else. They've been through the quote-unquote traditional model. They're still unhappy for whatever reason. And now they're coming to us completely outside the model and paying cash. And for the market, in both scenarios, it was overpaying for the cultural exchange, for different reasons, but they paid money right out of their pocket to do that. And so that created a whole different relationship. It was only a few months, almost a year back here in the States now, and I noticed a shift in the relationship as soon as you mention or as soon as you have a third-party person or company involved. So culturally, they're more open. They're intentionally going out of their system, and they're paying out of pocket, and they're looking at different things. They still approach it from the same mentality. They're still very much, especially in Europe, they're still very mechanistic and they're still very pain-oriented, but that's where the education comes in. That's where everything else comes in. And the bottom line is, Joe, as you know, people are people. We have different cultures, different biases, different points of reference, but it's all the same stuff. It's all this, no matter who it is, it's all the same concepts and ideals and principles, and people are people. So it's a wide open world as far as that goes.
Yeah, it's interesting because we go way back, obviously, to school and just we have a history. So which is almost even a little different, little bit more informality between us in this interview. So I apologize to my audience there if that comes across, just because Don and I go back so many years. But it's so frustrating, and I hate to drag this into it again and talk about it again and address it, but it's like, we have chiropractors, and it's like we are our own worst enemy. And this whole thing that happened in New Mexico, it bothers me. I mean, I'll just be honest with you, it bothers me. It really got me going, and it's actually part of the reason it got me even starting to do these interviews. And it's like, what? I need to reach out to the doctors in practice. I need to reconnect, and it's like, where are we at? Where are we at? People seem distracted, even within our own profession. And I don't want to steer the talk too much into that, but the point is that you bring you bring forth a very important point, and that point is people are people. And I would back up exactly what you're saying. I wanted to hear it from you, but that's been my experience here, is that it's still pretty much the same model. They're more open to what I have to offer, and as you said, what you had to offer chiropractically speaking, but still it's the same model. They're very drug oriented, and it's just, and when people talk about it in the States, as soon as you start talking third party pay, somebody's got to pay for it. Whoa, well, what do you mean? There's all this stuff comes up.
Well, states were even further conditioned. The people here they've accepted on a different level. I mean, do you even see any more things like we used to see DARE to keep kids off drugs? Say no to drugs, even concepts like that, they're talking about illegal drugs, you don't see anymore. I mean, I drove my kids to school this morning, and every time I do this, I see that sign they have is this is a drug-free campus. And I just want to laugh. I'm like, are you kidding me? There's probably the percentage of people taking drugs on that campus, teachers and students, is probably really high. It's got to have half the teachers on Prozac or something else, a bunch of the kids on attention deficit things they don't need or whatever. It's a knee-jerk reaction. I've done some recent writings and talks here at the office. I talk about the ethical consideration of using medications. People go, what are you talking about? I said, well, I got people in my life who won't eat animal products because of the way animals are treated. They won't wear leather or they won't wear fur because it's an animal. They won't even use cosmetics because it's tested on rabbits or mice or whatever it gets tested on. But they'll go ahead and they'll use over-the-counter prescription medication that's known to kill humans. That while you're taking that correctly, someone else is taking that correctly somewhere else, and they're dying from it, taking it correctly. Not even talking misuse, overdose, or wrong diagnosis. We're talking correctly. And I talk to patients about it. I say, I see them take whatever they take. And I'll say, that pill kills people. And they say, well, I've taken it before. It's not going to kill me. I said, I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about someone else taking it correctly somewhere else unknowingly and that dies from it. And they go, oh, well, but it's for my health. I'm like, is it really? You're endorsing a product. You're endorsing a market. You're endorsing a business that is known and takes into collateral damage, killing people when you use a product correctly. And so, people don't even think about that. I think that has a significant ethical consideration. I'm not going to tell people what to do or what not to do. I don't even tell them what I do, but it's something to think about. But we don't even think about it anymore.
No,